Hi Pisces, and welcome to your August predictions reading. So lovely to have you here. This is going to be a general predictions reading focusing on the month of August. So if you're looking for more love specific readings, I do them once a month. We have the mid-July to mid-August ones up at the moment, and then I will also be doing the mid-August to mid-September very soon. I recommend that you subscribe and join the family so that you can stay informed of when those next readings come out. Let's get into it. For my Pisces Bear's Spirit, I'm going to pull 3 cards from this Oracle deck, which will tell us the 3 main themes your sign can expect to experience in the month ahead. What is going on for Pisces in August? What is going on for Pisces in August? At the back of the deck, we have productivity, the pumpkin card in the reverse position. Number 8, Cancer and Earth energy. So how do I feel about productivity being reversed? I don't see it as a bad thing. I feel like you're just trying to wind down. Like I see you guys winding down and just trying to kind of maybe let loose a little bit. This could look like you procrastinating though and maybe getting distracted. But I can't help but feel like you're kind of harvesting something as well. Like if you've been working really hard with the pumpkin reversed, it's like we're harvesting, right? We've watched our pumpkin grow, we've waited for it, we've watered it. So some of you guys may be taking time off and celebrating or just kind of spending money that you've been saving. Let's have a look at your first theme though and get into it. We have Divination, the Chives card coming out for you first. This is cool. Number 14, Scorpio and Fire on this card. This is good for you, being Pisces. I don't mean to label you, but you're often associated as being very intuitive and very aware, whether that's through wisdom or just your intuition and what you're feeling energetically. So this is a feeling of you predicting something or getting more in tune with how something is going to happen. It is feeling like a developing situation though for Scorpio to be on that card. It either feels like a situation that is building and gaining momentum or a situation that is transforming where there could be something ending and something beginning. And so I see you kind of figuring out that something is changing in your life and you trying to figure out how you want it to work out or what you can do in order to work with it. Let me just get a quick drink of water. My mouth just started getting really, really dry. So I'm going to pull tarot out now. Please excuse Kirk. He's being very needy today. More needy than usual. I don't know what it is. I don't know. So Spirit, what's going on with this Divination card for Pisces? Okay, interesting. Really? Okay. We've got the King of Stars and the Queen of Cups. So stars are pentacles in this deck. We also have the Four of Wands. Ooh. Can we clarify that King of Stars? I'm getting all ooey gooey now. We have the King of Wands reversed, okay? What about that Queen of Cups? Clarify the Queen of Cups. Clarify that Queen of Cups. We have the Self card. Clarify the Four of Wands. We have, I just remembered something. We have the Hanged Man reversed. And at the back of the deck, we have the Ten of Wands reversed. So yeah, you're definitely taking time away from some sort of responsibility. I feel like you're letting energy out in some way. Like you're kind of, the best way that I would describe it is letting loose. But with all of that in mind, this feeling is very positive over here. This feeling is like something big coming into fruition, and it's happening in a way that you had hoped for, that you were waiting for, but it's also encouraging you to kind of surrender in a way that you don't find comfortable. So the way that I feel this is that it's not your responsibility, but you're invested in the outcome, right? And this could play out in so many different ways. So I'm trying to be general and stick to the overall theme, but I'm being shown so many different scenarios of how this could play out. It literally feels like you're invested in the outcome. It's something that you really wanted and hoped, but it's out of your control and it's not your responsibility to make happen. And so while it feels like something that you may have really worked hard for, like you may have invested a lot of time and effort into this, it also feels like it's not something that you can make in your own hands. You just have to kind of, you're a part of it, but somebody else's actions create it. And I think that with the Queen of Cups and the Self card, it's a reflection of a deep, loving connection. It's a reflection of you kind of hitting a point where you feel very emotionally, I want to say invested, but also there's this deep feeling of care and compassion. And I think this is also your intuition picking up on this as well and you seeing it happen. So for some of you, this could even be a proposal. Like that's what it feels like, you know, that's the scenario. It's like you want it, you're invested in it, but it's not your responsibility to take action. That's one of the examples. There's this great sense of devotion here and adoration. And with the Self card, there is a strong feeling of this being very personal and very connected to an individual journey of how you've evolved. But with the Four of Wands and the Hanged Man reverse, there's also this feeling of trying to create some sort of celebratory moment or stability where you're able to kind of bring people together or feel your energy kind of balanced together. And that's why with the Hanged Man reversed, it feels like it's not something that you can control. Like it has to happen in somebody else's hands. With the King of Wands, somebody else plans this, or it has to happen in a way where you're not aware that it's going to happen. That's why I feel guilty if it is a proposal and I'm telling you. But it's a beautiful feeling. The main themes over here are balance, stability, celebration, love, adoration, self-love, responsibility, devotion, and I'm hearing success. Someone is very concerned about being successful in this. So it really feels like something that you don't initiate, somebody else initiates because of their sense of love for you. This could be a case of when it rains, it pours as well, like a lot of good things happening at once. Could be that you get a promotion at work. At the same time, you're having a beautiful sort of self-love moment. And then at the same time, you get the news that you got the house that you wanted, you know, like it just feels like a really successful run of events. But it also feels like things that you can't control, things that you haven't been able to force or even instigate, just things that you've been receptive to. It's making my mouth really dry talking about it too. So it could be a case of a lot of good things happening at once. And those are the main themes of that theme, if that makes sense. So what is the advice here, if any? So interesting. What is the advice here, if any? Because I don't know what you could do in that situation, you know, if it's not your responsibility. What is the advice? We have puppet reversed, yeah. It's not your responsibility. And we also have pink bubble fairy reversed, the number 34. What else do we have over here? 68, sitting on top of the world. And at the back we have spirits to guide you, the number 70. This is cute, Pisces. I love this theme for you. This is showing through as an opportunity for you to really just feel something that you've wanted happening. I also see that your advice is to stick to your intuition and to really focus on yourself from a place of love and deservingness. Like, I deserve this and it's going to happen for me. I see with puppet reverse that there is this feeling of just sort of letting go of control. Not that I mean, just as a reminder of what is in your realm of responsibility, getting unburdened and not feeling like you need to kind of do something that is out of your realm of control. There is also a feeling here of just staying in your lane and maintaining whatever it is that you can do. I feel like there's a strong feeling of balance, harmony, and success over here. And with Pink Bubble Fairy reverse, there's also this feeling of just being more present, because all this energy is very ethereal, and it has the tendency to unground us, unearth us, and put us into a higher vibration where we're struggling to stay connected to reality. So Pink Bubble Fairy reversed is almost encouraging you to just be more present in order to be there to celebrate these successes. With that Four of Wands being upright and the Hanged Man reverse, we may miss that opportunity if we're so wrapped up in what is happening next. There is this feeling here of being connected to the present moment and celebrating the small things, because they are going to feel a lot bigger if you're more present. Sitting on top of the world is this feeling of getting a bird's eye point of view of your situation. It's also more of that celebratory feeling of acknowledging your success and your achievements and giving yourself more time to celebrate in the month ahead as well. So let's have a look at your second theme. My camera's battery just started flashing, so hopefully it doesn't die. We have cauliflower as your second theme, transition, bit of earth energy, the number 11, and Cancer. As a theme, this is literally talking about transition. This could be a move. You could be physically moving, or there could be a loved one going through a transition. A relationship could be transitioning here. I feel like it's you and someone else transitioning, like going from one thing to another, basically. I need to get tarot out to clarify, what is this transition energy for Pisces? If you were moving, you would already know that by now. It's not just going to happen in August. Like it's awareness has been brought to you earlier. We have the Chariot. Yeah, it could be a move. What else is this transition energy talking about? We also have the Two of Cups. We have the Flower of Life reversed. Clarify the Chariot, Spirit. Two of Stars reversed. Clarify the Two of Cups. We have the Hierophant reversed, and clarify the Flower of Life. We have the Queen of Crystals, and at the back of the deck is Judgment. So I feel that what's happening here is you are transitioning. There is this move of you needing to be determined and really mustering a lot of energy to do this. You may need to shift your priorities in August, because you're going to get busier and you seem to need to achieve something in August that's going to take a lot of your willpower, a lot of your energy. So I do see you having a change in routine with the Two of Stars reversed. Remember, stars are pentacles in this deck, and it is going to kind of play into how you invest and what you prioritize. With the Two of Cups and the Hierophant, this does look like you needing to kind of come to some sort of compromise and doing things that you wouldn't usually do. I feel like you're working with someone here. This could look like a relationship that is moving forward, but in order to progress, you guys need to get a better understanding of where you're at right now and how you can kind of fit into each other's lifestyles. I definitely see a change in routine, if not a change in lifestyle. And this does look like you needing to see eye to eye with someone. I see some sort of compromise, but I also see a heart-to-heart conversation, which could help you be more aware of your options and what you need to do in order to move beyond this transitionary process. I definitely see an emotional attachment to wanting this to work out, and that's why you're trying to kind of come to some sort of agreement here. That's why you're not too proud to compromise. But with the Flower of Life reversed and the Queen of Crystals upright, crystals are swords in this deck, it does feel like you need to get a better viewpoint of the situation. And so you may need to kind of disconnect from certain things that are distracting or that aren't helping you get into the right frame of mind with this transition. It could look like you taking some time out from social media, or you kind of separating yourself from certain things that usually kind of take up a lot of your attention or are just distracting. I feel like you've got a lot of thinking to do because of this transition. And there is this feeling with the Flower of Life reversed of you disconnecting and needing to just sort of focus on something very specific. This also feels like you kind of taking the back seat and not being as involved in everybody else's business and choosing to simply focus on your own So let me get some advice for you now. What is the advice here for Pisces with this transition card? We have calm within transformation, the number 12, reversed. We have justice, number 16. And protect your heart, the card 47 at the back of the deck is ripe fruits, 33, reversed. So I do feel like this is the case of you trying to balance something out and trying to come to some sort of agreement. I think with ripe fruits reversed, it is this feeling of you needing to focus on something very specific, which could look like other things stagnating or even spoiling, getting a bit rotten. However, ripe fruits can also be about us just kind of over consuming something to the point where it's not good for us, you know, like, so maybe with your diet, you might be having some quick, easy options instead of the healthier options in terms of a balanced diet. I don't want to use triggering words. When I channel, I talk so fast, I sometimes need to go, wow, that's triggering. I don't mean healthy, I mean balanced. So with calm within transformation, this advice is really encouraging you to see this as a temporary process of disruption. Whatever this busy period is or this routine that's changing, it is temporary. The goal here is to transition, to move through. We need to kind of put a lot of energy into this in order to get through it, but it isn't permanent. This busy period is not permanent. With justice here, I do think you still need to maintain a feeling of balance. Balanced diet, getting enough sleep, etc. That's going to be very hard with the number 16 here. This is something you got to be actively conscious of. It's not something that you can expect to happen. You've got to ask yourself, have I drunk enough water today? Have I eaten enough? Have I slept enough? When do I need to go to bed today in order to get up early enough tomorrow? Those sorts of feelings. It's also talking about making sure that your primary needs are met before you try to extend beyond that in your case. Giving yourself, like feeding yourself, putting on that oxygen mask first before you try to help anybody else. With this protect your heart though, this is a strong feeling of just being aware of how much you have to give, whether that's emotional capacity or whether that's just being available for people. I almost feel like you're transitioning and maybe people should be more aware of how they can help you instead of you helping others, because this swirling energy is very similar to the Cancer energy on transition. It feels like this feeling of being supported and wrapped up and helped. And I think that this is asking for you to kind of connect with people and say like, hey, I actually need some help. I'm moving this month. What are you doing? Let's connect. But other than that, protect your heart is reminding you that this is a time for you that I think for some reason it is like you're emotionally invested. So maybe your heart space is being triggered in this process as well. I'm almost seeing like this need to kind of, just appreciate how your emotions are going to be triggered in this process. Your last two cards represent your last theme. We have Regeneration, Tarragon, and we also have Longevity, which is the Chrysanthemum card. A lot of symbolism on these cards. We've got the number 17, number 39. We have Scorpio. We have some Aries energy. Wow, so strong Mars energy, some air and some fire. So Spirit, what is this energy here? It feels like we're trying to focus on growing something, but you're apprehensive about something new coming in. It almost feels like you're worried about how something new could be impacting a pre-existing situation, if that makes sense. What is going on here? What is this longevity regeneration energy for group Pisces? The Three of Crystals. We also have Temperance. Wow. We also have the Ten of Stars. Okay, that's very obvious. Clarify the Three of Crystals. Ten of Cups reversed, yeah. Clarify Temperance. Clarify Temperance, please, Spirit. Thank you. Hermit. And what is the Ten of Stars doing here? The Two of Wands. Wow. The Sun at the back of the deck. This is giving me big vibes of like, I'm just trying to do what makes me happy. I'm trying to focus on my own happiness. I'm trying to make sure that at the end of the day, like my joy is my priority. I'm not going to lie. I am seeing some of you guys over here, either a relationship is on the rocks or we're trying to figure out with this situation how it is going to move forward. I see reconciliation for some of you, but I see that in order to get to that point, you need time to figure out what you want. There's an introspective moment here of tempering your own energy, identifying your own needs, and sort of balancing out your own emotions before you make a decision on what you want to focus on when it comes to your future. For some of you, I do see a breakup, okay? If this is going to happen, it's on your terms because you're not happy. It's you saying like, this isn't making me happy and I really think that this is for the best. It's not somebody breaking up with you. It's either mutual or it's you voicing your issues because you don't feel like this is where the future of your joy is. And not even joy, like I'm not talking about joy because when it comes to long-term relationships, if all you're seeking is joy, like that's not realistic. But there is a feeling here of you not seeing a happy ending. So you're having a difficult conversation about how your emotions aren't being fulfilled and how you need to think of you need to start exploring other options, whether that means seeing other people or focusing on other things in your life. I wouldn't be surprised if it just means that you're focused more on other aspects of your life, because temperance here for you is an introspective moment of getting a better understanding of what your soul is craving right now. It almost feels like you need to go back to the drawing board and identify what makes you excited. What are your passions? What are your hobbies? What are your interests? Why? What is the reason to wake up in the morning? You know, what is your zest? And I think that with the Ten of Stars and the Two of Wands here, you're going to realize that you are actually more excited about life after having this time to yourself. And that is going to be more obvious than anything, is the fact that you have other things that you want to invest your energy into and that you have other reasons to be excited other than this, whatever this was. So I do see longevity, but I see it coming from a place of I know what I want and I know what I need. And it's definitely obvious what isn't fulfilling your needs in the month of August. So this Ten of Stars could look like you really focusing on your career or cultivating some sort of material prosperity. It could also look like you focusing more on your family, your children if you have any, but just making sure that the decisions that you're making are in line with the goals that you have for your future. That's what this feels like. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you guys are even considering travel this year. And this travel is inspired by doing something that you've been putting off for a long time. Big introspective moment here after a difficult conversation of you not being happy in a situation. Could even look like a change in career for some of you. What is going on over here? What is the advice for Pisces with the longevity regeneration card? What is the advice for Pisces? Yeah, you do need to start being more aware of how certain things are limiting you. We have can't be caught and share tenderness. So there is a feeling here of staying open and needing to see things for what they are. We have the hold and the green that came out for you as well. I almost feel like something wants you more than you want it. And the more you realize that, the more you're going to be able to go, well, obviously this isn't going to make me happy if we keep going forward because I don't want this as much as it wants me. Can't be caught reversed. It does feel like you need to break out of something, but your advice here is to not see it as you're non-committal or as like, oh, like to not see it in a negative way, to see it as this was obviously not going to work out. The 10 here is talking about a cycle coming to an end or something kind of culminating. But I think that there's a negative connotation to that. It almost feels like it ties into like player energy, non-committal energy, when actually maybe that's just what you're supposed to be right now, is free. And I think with this advice, share tenderness, there's a way to do all of this compassionately. We don't have to come in guns blazing and make a hard thing even worse. This difficult conversation is going to be made a lot easier with compassion. The hold is that feeling of something wanting you more than you want it. And I think that that is the vibe of this card too, because look, this person on this card is just crying. They are not feeling the need to be a part of this, and yet this thing really wants it. Green is really just saying that you got to give yourself time to heal in this situation and focus on what is growing for you, what is gaining abundance and fertility for you. It's going to be very obvious what isn't, because that's what's really adding to this feeling of pain as well as being stuck. So that's what I'm seeing for you, Pisces. My camera battery is officially flashing, so we're going to probably get cut off, but that's what I'm seeing in the month of August. The signs in terms of zodiac signs that are standing out are Leo, Virgo, Sagittarius, Taurus. We also have Pisces, you, and there was something over here, wasn't there? No, that's it. So I hope this information was helpful. I hope this predictions reading helped you prepare for what is to come. However, if it didn't resonate 100%, you probably have messages in your sun, moon, rising sign. Your big three are a good place to start. Otherwise, take what resonates. Do not let the rest take from you. Have a prosperous, abundant month ahead, and I shall connect with you very, very soon. Bye.